In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to render a 3D object onto a panel inside a UI Toolkit window. And this is great for when you want to do a character preview screen like what we have here. All right, so we're going to start by setting up the scene. First thing, we can drag and drop the prefab into the scene, which has our knight character. If we go into scene view, we can take a look at him. The next thing we want to do is add in a new camera and name this preview camera. We're actually going to lower the camera's field of view. We'll switch this to 30. And then for the background, we're actually going to set this to be transparent because we don't want the background of the character to come through, or the background of the camera on the character to come through. We can also remove the audio listener. Don't need that component. And then for the transform on this, we're going to position it at 0, 1.65, and then we're going to set the Z index to 5.9. And then we'll rotate the camera by going to 5, negative 180. We're just going to flip it backwards. So we're giving it a little bit of an angle, very tiny one, down. All right, we'll right click, add a new light. So go to light, and then this will be a directional light. We'll call this fill light. And then under the properties, we're going to set the color to be kind of this, I don't know, off bluish color. And then intensity will bring down to about 0.66. We need to change the position of it. So we'll set that to 220 by 150. Guess we could just have dragged that. It might be a little too bright, but we'll take a look when the time comes. So we're going to add in another little base. I thought it'd be cute for him to sit on one. So we can right click and then go to 3D object and pick cylinder. And we'll just name this preview base. And then on the settings for this, let's make this 1.25 for the scale. We're going to bring the y-axis down with 0.05, and then we'll do 1.25 and give him just a little base to stand on. I can't tell if that's in his feet a tiny bit, so we'll bring that down. Let's make a new material, and this will just change the color of the preview base. We can make it just a little bit darker, so you can make a material and then drag it onto the base. And let's just pick a little bit of kind of a dark, well, I guess maybe that's like a medium gray. I think that's got some shininess going. It does. So we'll also drop the smoothness down. Okay, and that's it. That's all we're doing for the scene setup. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is create a render texture asset. This is what we're actually going to display inside of UI Toolkit. If you're not familiar, a render texture is basically just a texture that the GPU is going to write to instead of the screen. You can make this by going to rendering, and then you pick render texture. And we will call this character preview. And then within the inspector, there are a few settings. Most of these are actually fine. The biggest one that we want to change is the size. We need this to be 512 by 768 because we want this to be kind of portrait to fit within the panel. All right, so let's next kind of start setting up what each one of the cameras can see. So if we switch into game mode right now, we can see the character, it's got the blue background. And then if we go into play, we've got the character and we have the screen overlay. So the way we can control what cameras are rendering what is by setting up the layers and then setting what the cull setting is. So the first thing is, let's actually set up our layers within the night. So if we go to the night and go layer, add layer, and then here we can add preview as layer 6. I'm going to go and set the night and the preview base. And we'll set that to layer, and we'll have all the children changed. Now, there's no effect yet. Let's do this. Let's actually shut off the preview camera for a second. So now you can see what the main camera is actually seeing, which again is still the night, just a different view. And if you go to main camera, we can go to culling mask. And for here, let's uncheck preview. And now we can see it does not render that night at all. Now we can kind of do the opposite. We can go to preview camera and turn this back on. And then instead of everything, we only want it to render the preview layer. And then we're actually going to set a target texture, and this is going to be our render texture. So we can go ahead and drag the render texture to that. And now it's not even showing up in the game view anymore. And that's because it's redirecting everything that it's rendering over to that texture, as I mentioned before. So if we push play, we can see we're back to what we expected, just our windows and no night showing up in any of the cameras. Now, we can easily fix this by going to the equipment window in UI Builder. So I can go down here under equipment. You should have this double click it or go into UI Builder to open it up. We'll make this full screen and then bring this kind of over so you can see it. Now, the preview area is the area that we want to render our texture. You go to the background, change the image to render texture, and then find our character preview. And now we can see what that camera sees and is writing to that texture. So if we come back out of UI Builder, hop into game, I'm actually going to change this so that we can see this a little better. That might be too big, but we'll go here. And I guess we can zoom in a bit. So we'll go to 1%. So here we can see that character. Now, if I come, let's actually put this maybe side by side. I will bring the scene up. This guy over a bit. If we go to the preview camera, we can move it around. You can see it's changing that view because, again, it's writing this to that render texture. Now, this is cool, but we also want to be able to rotate the character. I don't know about you, but I love to kind of check out how my character looks out of 360 when I'm playing a game. So let's do that part now. In the starter project under Scripts UI Equipment is a new equipment window class. This is what drives how the equipment panel shows up when we open that screen inside of the game. Everything it's doing here is pretty standard with the exception of two things that I believe we haven't covered yet. And that's under the build equipment class. Within here, we're doing three things. We're going to find an element based off of a slot name, which was stored in an array up above. And then the new thing that we haven't talked about with visual elements is that you can directly remove a visual element by using the remove keyword on a parent and then passing it that visual element. You can also directly insert a visual element within the hierarchy by using the insert keyword, giving it a position, and then passing in the visual element. All right, so let's go ahead and make the manipulator. And we're just going to add a new file. We'll call this preview rotate manipulator.cs. And once again, we're going to use the manipulator to handle the rotation behavior on the element. And the script follows the exact same pattern as all of the other manipulators that we've made. So we're not going to dive into it one by one. But just as a reminder, make sure to use capture because the mouse can leave the element bounds, and this makes sure that the events continue to be routed back into the preview area. The other thing that I want to call out is rather than moving the UI elements, which is what we've done in times past, we're actually going to rotate a 3D object within world space, which is the character. Now, this only works if the event.button is equal to 1, which means the right mouse button is being pushed down. We're going to use event.delta position x and multiply that times the sensitivity to get the rotation input. And to make this work, we need to add a couple of things to the equipment window. So if we come back over to that, the first thing we're going to do is add a new variable that we'll have on the inspector to get the preview character. And then under build equipment, we are going to get the preview area by searching for the hierarchy. And then we are going to double check that the preview character isn't null and we didn't forget to assign it. And if it's not, then the preview area is going to get a new manipulator, which is that preview rotate manipulator. We'll give it the preview area visual element and then a reference to our character preview. And that's it. We are now ready to go test this. All right, so back in Unity, if we click on user interface, we can drag and drop the knight into the preview character section. And then that's it. We can just push play. And now we see the preview character. If I left click, nothing happens. Right click, and we can rotate. That's all there is. Thank you so much for watching. There is actually just one episode left in this series, which is part 6. And in that one, we're going to add validation logic to the equipment slots so that the helmet can't go in the potion slot. We'll also do a little bit of polish for some equipment interactions. Now, if this helped, make sure to hit like, hit sub, and leave a comment. Doing that really helps my channel out. And I am looking for ideas around what you guys are interested in building next. So please do drop that in the comment and let me know what you want to see. Thanks again.